Hi, I'm Kel Marler, and this is my project on the development of rocket propulsion systems and fuels during the 1940s and their development through World War I and World War II. Thank you for watching and enjoy. Before we get to the juicy rocket fuels, we first need a reason, a set of starting rules, and the resources to conduct research. The set of rules was made by Konstantin Tsiolkovsky, a Russian rocket scientist, when he wrote The Exploration of Space with Reactive Devices in 1903. In this article, he wrote a series of statements which became the set of rules early researchers followed. These statements were: 1. Space travel is possible. 2. Rockets are the best form of travel. 3. Gunpowder cannot be used as a fuel. 4. Liquids possess the power necessary to power rockets. 5. Liquid hydrogen would be a good fuel, and liquid oxygen would be a perfect oxidizer, and this pair would be most ideal. While these statements are not exactly true or accurate, they were the set of starting rules needed for this new line of research. Now that we had the rules, we needed the resources to begin development. By 1985, large quantities of liquid air were being produced, from which liquid oxygen and nitrogen could be extracted. Later, in 1898, liquid hydrogen was created, and it was now possible to create that quote-unquote ideal fuel. Soon they would find out that that was much more of a fantasy than a reality. At this time, it was still too expensive to use hydrogen as a fuel, so researchers started to get creative with the fuels they already had. One of these researchers, Robert Hutchings Goddard, began his research with a gasoline-oxygen fuel which proved to be quite controllable and reliable, and while it didn't produce that much thrust, it was more than a big step. The fuel may have been too effective at times. Goddard found that his fuel was burning too hot and would melt his apparatuses. To counteract this, he used a 1.4 to 1 gas-oxy ratio, which was far from ideal. And while it would produce less thrust, it would also, more importantly, produce less heat. This became a common practice early on in rocket development, and would only stop once cooling systems were created during the Cold War.